Good morning.
Good morning.
Well, I'm gonna come up and I'm gonna make confession. So, if you've been watching our classes on YouTube, you'll probably notice that I haven't changed like the class number or the titles for like a couple of episodes. That's my mistake. So, it's been on 70 for a while, but we've actually had like a couple of classes since 70. So, it's going to jump up. So it's gonna go 70 and then like 70, I think it's 73, 74 now. Cause slipped my mind, you know? I just whoops. So we've covered a lot of classes. Now we're here now in chapter 10, and you are seeing Moses' confession. Moses is now confessing on where he went wrong and trying to bear the burden for our actions. Moses is also saying where the people went wrong. So now this is something that there is issue of and for. And he talks about the dedicated service of all wealth. This is one of the idols that our people don't want to deal with. This is the idol they don't want to tear down. So you say, what are you talking about? Well, people, while the law of exchange is in effect, above the law of exchange is the law of the Most High service. And people don't see it that way. The law of the Most High service is above the law of exchange. And so when the Most High says for you to take the money that you create and make and apply it this way in His service, right? And in this way, in doing this, you will have a provision for yourself. You will subdue your enemies. But you don't believe that. You don't believe that. You actually believe that the more money you receive or the more money you keep, the better off you are, and that your money will protect you. If I'm telling the story, you could say I'm telling the story, but I don't think so. I really think that that's the truth.
Pretty much.
Why? Because you hoard it. And you only hoard it against the work of the Most High. You don't actually hoard it to protect you. Because money doesn't protect you. It offers you no amount of protection. It makes you a bigger target. It makes you more susceptible to corruption. That's what it does.
Yes, it does.
Right? And you say, what do you mean? How does it make me a bigger target? Because everybody's out to get your money. Then you end up trying to pay people trying to protect your money.
Yeah.
Then you got to pay people to protect you from those people who are protecting your money from stealing your money. But at this whole time, in this whole juncture, you have to continuously find ways to manipulate people to get money, which means selling people more useless stuff.
You know, it's something else how quick we are to go down to the courthouse or Department of Motor Vehicles, pay the taxes for a car. We're quick to go pay the taxes for a house. Now, you're paying for stuff that don't even belong to you, but you're quick to do that. because, oh, well, that's the law. I got to pay my taxes in order for me to drive my car and have my license plate and all this stuff. But here, this is an opportunity for you to do something for yourself that you get to keep.
Well,
And
I
it's
think
a hesitancy. I don't get it.
I think the hesitancy is not so much that, because it's like you get to keep it, but they're like, at what point? What am I paying for? And that's the issue. Like, and I understand that perception. All right, we're all chipping in. The truth is, if I give $10,000 and we buy $100,000 worth of land, what portion is mine? What do I get to keep? Right? And I can understand that. I understand that logic, right? And then it's like, if I give $100,000 and then you go out and you buy with everybody else's donations $300,000 worth of land, what portion is mine? What do I get to keep? What am I getting out of the deal? You see?
Yeah.
And it's logical, right?
Yeah.
So I need to address this logically, because if the person says, well, I come and I bring $500,000 and you go and get $1 million worth of stuff, what portion is mine? I want to live comfortable. I want to be high on the totem pole. I want these things. And
Wow.
and this is logical thinking, right?
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Right? It's logical thinking. If I put this much money in, I want status. I want to be seen as, somebody special, and this is and the third. It makes sense. It does. Right? Until it doesn't. So if you have that mindset, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to bribe the Most High? This is the question. It's a bribe, right? We're bringing you in and there's work to be done, because guess what? After you give your amount, we can only help so many people. You say, I'm just honestly, right? So if one person came with $500,000, we can build only for so many people, right? So with the person who pays, you have that person who comes with them, and then whoever comes and joins into the sanctuary at that time. And everybody still has to work, including myself. So regardless to how much of I've contributed already, or how much it's already cost me over the last 7 years to build it, I still have to work and continue building for others besides those that come in. This is the part that disturbs some people. I don't want to have to work. I don't want to have to. I want to be status. I want the nice things. I want everything nice. You know what I'm saying? And you have to ask yourself, why do you want these nice things? That's the real question.
Yeah.
Right? Who are you trying to impress? Who are you trying to seduce? Because the truth is, men want nice things because it gives them the ability to do what they want and with whoever they want, right? They want power over people. And now you're going to lose that. You're going to lose it anyway. So I'm not even trying to convince you otherwise. You're going to lose it anyway. But this is like an idol, because if the Most High says, take the money which you've earned and put it to this building project, get out of this area, sell what you have, take the goods, borrow, do whatever you need to get out of this place, and come over here, and I will take care of you here.
And Robert Sheik, it's like a lot of our people put their trust in this governmental system idol to give freely,
Well, the
But when it
government,
com- but
the
when it
government actually
comes to-
takes it.
Yeah.
The government takes it.
And then when it comes to that of yeah, I mean, he's the one that says your dedicated service of wealth.
Right. But
He's
again,
one, but you don't
the
want to
question
do
is,
it.
it's become a question to them about belief.
Wow.
And so think about it on the other side. It becomes a question to them about belief. They believe the pastor.
Yeah.
They believe the government.
Yeah.
They believe the businessman,
Yeah.
and it's because they're there, so they have proof,
Ah.
right?
So they could see it.
They could see it. You can feel it. You can touch it.
Ah.
If I work and I have to pay this and I have to pay that, and
At least
so
I know it's mine because
right,
I did it.
it's mine. I did it. Even if the government take it, oh well, they took it. And I laugh because you can cry and complain about it, but at the same time, you think it's okay,
You keep subjecting yourself to it. Yeah.
right? So I can understand the thought, but my whole purpose is you become so accustomed to the idol of usury that it's become commonplace. So now you can't see anything outside of it. Well, this idol is going to come down. This is what the famine is for. So this idol is going to come down. And I know. So
Yeah.
I said this to you this morning.
Yeah.
People, they don't come to me until their hour of destitute and desperation and their hour of need. This I know, right? So we're going to build the first step and stages. It's already in process, right? And then you're going to want to come after you've exhausted
Everything you have.
everything you have,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I know some of you are going to come in, and even though the law says don't think this way, you're going to think to yourself, listen, if I could just get on my feet,
Mm-hmm.
if I could just get on my feet, I can get out on my own.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll come in and I'll listen to the rules and I'll follow whatever just to get on my feet. Then I could do my own thing.
Yeah.
All right. So let me tell you what's actually coming. All right. If you have that in your heart and in your mind, you're not going to make it here. What? You're not even going to make it to the door.
Mm-hmm.
You want to know how? Because you have to come in and be at the end of your rope. Right? You're going to ask us to extend to you you had something. You're going to ask us to extend to you an arm and an olive branch of favor where you did not sow. Okay? You're going to want me to abide by a law which you yourself
Refuse to abide by.
didn't abide by for yourself. Okay? So you got your money together and you go where you want to go and you do what you want to do. After you get the famine coming to you, you have no food, no job, no place to stay, and now you want to try to come out and make it in by the skin of your teeth. For what? Only to say your idol saved you? And it wasn't. It's our law that saves you, and you didn't even want to abide by it.
Right.
So it tells you don't think this way. So consider your ways. Right? I don't want to hear Aki, listen, I'm a good brother. I don't want to hear it. I give clear and concise instruction, whether you believe it or not. I give clear and concise penalties for disobedience, whether you accept it or not.
Mm.
When the hour of need comes, you will not have any way to get aboard the ark.
Mm.
Ark, what are you saying? You building an ark like Noah? No, I'm not building an ark like Noah. I'm building something bigger and better. Noah's ark saved one giant,
Mm.
4 men, and 4 women.
Mhm.
That was it. There were 9 people on the ark and animals. I am trying to save millions. So there's no amount of money you can give at this point in time that's going to actually pay for the full totality of what's actually necessary, right? So everything that's given now is actually just a seed for the first couple of years until we get the fullness of the produce, right? And the system begins to grow and expand. It's going to take time.
You know, it's something that you always say, and it really does stick with me. The small things of the law. You know, we're so caught up. Oh man, I want to keep the Sabbath. Oh man, I want to keep the feast days. Oh man, I want to wear my fringes. But these small things we don't even consider or even think about that can cost us our lives. And it's I thank you, y'all, for this opportunity to be able to have a real mind change because that's what following this law from this book has really done for me. It's given me where before I will be so quick to speak up, speak out, tell you this, tell you that, revile. Let's keep it real. But now it's like, no, it really keeps my mouth shut. I'm processing and thinking things as well as holding on, doing all I can to hold on to what we're learning because even like when Reuben and Gad went to Moses, it was like, yo, can we get this part of the land? But Moses had to check that at the door. And once that was checked, they humbled themselves and was like, yo, Ak, you right, yo. We let us go ahead and hit this up for our wives and our animals and stuff. And yo, we'll go in with our brothers. Because Moses had to bring them back in their mindset to understand this ain't about you. This is about all of us as a collective.
Right.
And we
So
all
you can't,
receiving.
nobody can receive their lot until all the lots have been reclaimed. Right? Now you say, well, what do you mean? It's a lot of land. Yes. So guess what? If we take the capital first, right? If we get the capital city first and its land and regions, there's enough land on just that for the remnant that's getting ready to come in. But that's a lot of land. So we have to grow, right? So I saw an article yesterday and I thought it was comical. It was comical to me, right? So you have members of the Taliban complaining about running a country.
Wow.
Now, what are they? They're complaining about the logistics, the paperwork, and the administrative part of running a nation. They received their nation In the blip of an eye, it turned over to them. So they went from freedom fighters, and all they had to do was think about new and creative ways to attack the American soldiers and the fight against the corrupt government officials that they wanted out so bad. And now here it is, a year and a half later, and the people who went from freedom fighters yesterday have become government administrators today, and some of them don't want to do it. Some of them don't want to do it. And this is the thing I laughed about, because here it is, the Most High starts with us, and it begins with law and lawful administration.
Right.
Right? Law, lawful administration. And they don't want to start that. They again want to start with, hey, just give us our own country. You don't know what it takes to run a country. You have to grow to that. And don't think that the Most High is going to give you the opportunity to jack it up. That's just not even coming. We're going to start small, right? If you can get one town, one city to function, then you can repeat the process 1,000 times. You just got to get the first city. So we're going to start, right? And I know some of you are going to come, but I'm going to take the ones that didn't know, okay? I'm going to take the ones that didn't know, right? They're going to stumble on us. You know, they're just going to, I didn't even know this was here. You guys were doing this. And they're going to still come with something. So you say, why do you keep talking about coming with something? The Most High gives the command, thou shalt not come before me empty-handed.
Yep.
Right? So if you come before the Most High empty-handed, where is the portion that you were supposed to give to the building of the sanctuary? You stole it. Now you become a slave and a servant on account of your theft. All right? Now, you're saying, you're going to make us a slave? No, I didn't say that. I am saying you made yourself a servant now, because now you're coming in, and the only thing you could promise me is you're going to work.
Yeah.
And how do I believe you're going to work and do right? I don't have no belief that you're going to work and do right coming in here empty-handed.
So pretty much it's like the mentality of coming for themselves to come up, or come up for themselves.
Listen, let me get on my feet and I'll pay you back. Ain't no paying me back. Because I'm not paying you.
Right. And this ain't about you.
It's not about me. I'm not paying. First of all, I'm not paying you. All right? I'm not paying you. This is not a paycheck, right? I'm not giving you a paycheck and from your paycheck you pay rent. I'm not giving you a paycheck and from your paycheck you're paying for any necessity, right? I'm not doing that. When you get that's why I tell them you're going to work and you're going to receive a stipend, right? This is a subsidy. You're going to receive a subsidy from the community. And this subsidy will take care of your basic needs. The profits from the community go to the growth and expansion of the community, because we have to transition into nationhood. This is going to require some sacrifice. You're going to have all the food you want. When I tell you all the food, because we're raising the meat for the meat market. We're growing our own oils, our own trees, our own fruits. We'll be making our own wines. So everything is subsidized. So you're there taking the training. You're there functioning in the community. And the community will be grown and sustained. However, when it comes to money, you'll receive a monthly something, and it's just for your enjoyment, for your own free time. Okay? You go a little bit of shopping and enjoy a little of this, but you're not worried about buying food and this and that and the third
Not worried
because
about paying rent.
you're
And
not
all
worried
this
about all of
kind of
that.
stuff.
It's subsidized.
Mm-hmm.
So we have to create our own subsidy for ourselves. Are you not used to being subsidized? You're used to it. If you receive Section 8, this is a subsidized program.
Yeah, if you went to college, I mean, they provide dorm and electricity. They provide
If
all
you
that stuff to
received
you.
if you received a grant, this is
Yeah.
government subsidy. So now I'm telling you, you're gonna come in and you're gonna pay and work and you're gonna be subsidized. So the issue that I said people have is the first idol to fall is going to be money, and that's going to be on account of the famine. And that's just what it is.
Yeah.
It's what's going to be. We'll be back. So you're going to be in a famine. And it's the idol of money. Because I know I've seen it too many times. You just don't want to just give it. Right? You don't want to give it. You don't want it in somebody else's hands because you figure they'll run off with it. It has this value. I'm not. If you put it in land, the it don't go nowhere. But I think the truth is, most of you are afraid that you cannot keep this law.
Bingo. That's exactly. And they're afraid that they cannot exhibit the same behavior because now they'll be held accountable. And
So,
that's what they're being afraid of. Yeah.
so I'm going to continue reading it because you're going to get it anyway.
Yeah.
So whether you come in the right way, the wrong way, you'll be. It's a miracle if you even get here.
And for those who watch, have been watching and keeping up, just pay attention to your surroundings. And if you notice, like I'm noticing, I'm all the way over here. The more and more this law is being read, the more and more of the outpouring of the wrath is happening. And it's intensive. I mean, it is literally intensifying, not by years, not by months. This is in days. The more and more this law
Oh,
is being
listen.
read.
I told them when the chemical burn happened, I said these chemicals going up into the atmosphere, it's getting into the water, it's killing the fish. It's going up into the sky, it's got to come back down. You're going to get acid rain. And the rain is going to contaminate what? The other waters
And the soil.
and the soil. I said it.
You
No,
sure did.
but you didn't believe me, right? So okay, we're gonna continue. You're gonna see, right? By the time you recognize what the effects of it are, it's too late because you are in it and you've already partooken in the problems. There are so many problems happening simultaneously that you have to ask yourself, is this really conspiracy or what kind of craziness is going on? Because you're about to get some what I call unintentional side effects. All right, moving on. Chapter 10, where we at, verse
Verse
8.
8.
So at the time, Yah distinguished the tribe of Levi, Alawi, because they had been zealous to slave for his honor, that they should bear the ark of Yah's covenant and stand before Yah to minister unto him and to bless him in his name until this day. So the tribe of Levi, Alawi, is still blessed to do the service of the Most High and carry His ark, His tabernacle, and His the precious things. Therefore, the tribe of Levi hath no portion or inheritance with his brethren. The gift which belongs to Yah giveth him or his inheritance, as Yah your Allah has spoken to him. Okay? So he's going to get what the Most High has apportioned to him, right? So he has administerial jobs. And this is his allotment in the community. It's fixed. He has administerial jobs. He has the service in the tabernacle. He has the service among the princes. It's what it is. Accept it or reject it. There's no change in it. Okay, so he's not going to receive a country. He can live on any land he wishes to, and it is a blessing to have him there. He received a portion from all the brethren, and he's going to live off of that tax portion. The tithe is just a tax, okay? So that tithe portion gives him a whole portion for his tribe, like they grew something and they did not grow it. But it is produce.
Right.
But I stood in the mount, praying and interceding as in the former days, 40 days and 40 nights. And Yah received my prayer at that time also, and Yah would not destroy you. And Yah said to me, arise, go, lead forth the people, that they be brought in and possess the land which I promised to their fathers to give them. And now, Bani Israel, what does Yah your Allah require of you? Here's a question. What does the Most High require of you? Right? Black Hebrew Israelite? But that you fear Yah your Allah, to walk in all the ways that are right before him, and that you love him and serve Yah your Allah with all your heart and with all your soul, to keep the commandments, the instructions, the decrees of Yah and his statutes, how to do it, which I command you this day, that it may be well with you. You see that?
Yeah.
This same, do you know that this same thing is actually written in Micah?
Yes, it is.
It has been told to you, O man, what is good? What does Yah seek from you? Except you carry out truth and love acts of kindness. You shall be modest by walking in the fear of Yah and carry out, follow, walk in the instructions from the crying prophets. This is the call of Yah. Out to the cities where the people fear your name. Hear, O king and prince, and the rest of the people of the land. Same thing. It's right here in Deuteronomy chapter 10. Behold, the heavens and the earth, the heavens and the heavens of the heavens. Hold on. Woo, I had to catch it.
Yes.
Behold the heavens and the heavens of the heavens. So when you go out and you look at the sky, there's heavens, and there's the heavens of the heavens. How many heavens are there? Well, go ask your brother. Ishmael knows there's 7. How many earths are there? There's 7 of those too. This is the 7th iteration So when they say in this heaven, in that heaven, in the heavens above, as you can see here, it is in our law. Behold the heavens and the heavens of the heavens are Yah's, your Allah's, and the host of the angels are in them to minister before him, and the earth, and whatsoever is therein. Only Yah had pleasure in your fathers, because he would love you. He hath had favor to their children after them, as are you, above all the nations upon the face of the earth, at the time of this day. So today, you have the opportunity to walk in his favor. So put away folly. It's time to put away your foolishness. Therefore, from your heart, and be not stiff-necked anymore.
Rubber sheet. 14. It just says, behold the heavens and the heavens of the heavens. Right? Okay. I'll make sure we're reading the same thing. RB, Yah, your Allah. So in the heavens of the heavens of the heavens is Yah. It says, and the host of the angels are in them. Does it say anything else is up there? Am I reading this right? That is just Yah and the host of his angels?
Yes.
Okay. I was just making sure, because all these conspiracy theory things, but it makes it very clear.
Ain't no UFOs.
Ain't no UFOs here.
Nope.
Ain't no aliens. Just Yah and the host
Of his
angels. Okay. I want to make sure so we can put away this folly. As it says here.
There's a lot of other folly.
From my heart.
You can put away the folly of wasting and squandering money.
Yep.
You can put away the folly of squandering a bag. You can put away the folly of living under another nation and its governing body. We can put away this foolishness.
Yes.
And be not stiff-necked anymore. That's stiff-necked in your rebellion.
Right.
For Yah, thy Allah, is Allah. The judge and the King of kings, the monarch of kings. A great Allah, mighty and terrible, before whom there is no respect of persons, and who taketh no bribe. He does judgment for the orphan and widow, and has compassion upon the stranger to give him food and raiment and clothing. Have pity then yourselves upon the stranger. For you, for us, we were once strangers in the land of the West. Revere Yah, your Allah, and worship before him, and cleave, hang on, grab, hold on with all of your might closely to his fear and swear by his name. You will have to swear in truth when you come here. I want you to know that.
So here's another point. I want to make sure I'm reading this right. We are strangers. We was, because we're now out of it. But those who remain, they are strangers in the West. So that means that over there in the West ain't their land because they're strangers. That when you're a stranger don't mean that ain't your home, that don't belong to you. It's not yours. Okay, I was making sure I was reading that right. Okay. All right, sir.
Yah, He is your praise,
Yes.
and He is your Allah,
Yes.
who has done these great and mighty acts which you have beheld with your eyes. The train wrecks, the changing in sky color, the acid rain, all the calamity coming upon the nations, the orchestration of the wars, the famine, the food prices going up. He is doing all of this. I want you to know very clearly.
That's right. He's doing it.
He is doing all of this. It's going to get worse. With 70 souls, your fathers went down into Mitzrayim, and now has Yah, your Allah, set you as the stars of the heavens for a multitude. Therefore shall you love Yah, your Allah, and diligently observe his word, his statutes, and his judgments always.
Oh, so this is what's loving Yah, is diligently
Observe
observing
his word, his statutes, and his judgments.
Always.
So his word, everything he says, how he says it, to whom he's talking to, because he's obviously not talking
Right.
to everybody. Otherwise, we would all have the same understanding. His statutes, you would all have the knowing of how things to be done, but you don't. And that's because of what you prayed at Horeb, as the Most High likes to put it.
Yeah.
You prayed, let the Most High speak to one man, and we will listen to him. And the Most High says, fine, no problem. Then I just have to raise up one who is just like unto Moses. What do you mean? He will lead you up. He will come out from captivity. I will bring him into the land. I will teach him and train him. I will send him back to you. Listen to him. So that's what happened. And they still didn't listen. All right, come on, get up. Come over here. Prepare this in the wilderness for them and tell them what I said to do and see if they listen to you then. I'm doing it. All I still see is stiff-neckedness, but it's okay. I got a remnant. There's a few. There's a few that give. There's a few that give. There's a few that is looking. But I'm going to tell you, it's going to be a hard judgment. Okay? So, you're supposed to have the ways of his thinking.
Yeah.
That's the judgment. You're supposed to think this law. But I know right now you're doing it your way. That's our time for today. We'll start with chapter 11 tomorrow. Enjoy. One step at a time, one day at a time.
Oh, I tell you, he's been using that word observe a lot through these few chapters.
Yep.
And it's the same, but the way he puts it, because there was a moment of observe, to live, to multiply, to go in, to inherit the land. Here is to observe his word, his statutes. This is showing the love for him. So if you're not doing any of this, you are not loving him. And a lot of has to get out of that delusion.
Again, they don't have the details. I'm expressing it to you for the first time, so I don't really expect you to follow it. But there's a consequence that comes after it's finished and we start going into reviewing and judging our ancestors, because the more I read this law, the worse things are going to get around the world. It doesn't get any better.
No, it doesn't.
Because it's not like I'm just reading it. I'm reading it and I'm giving you the explanation. I'm saying what the instruction is. Because I've already read it before. I just read it before, but you didn't understand. Now I'm giving you the understanding. So now there's a price.
Yeah, it really is a price.
Right?
Yes.
There's a price. With Moses, the people gave, and they built the sanctuary, and they built all that was needed, and they had more than enough. Well, we're going to see, because sanctuary still got to get built. I know exactly how it's going to happen. It's already written. I'm just saying, I'm just giving you an opportunity because I want you to understand when you die, why you died, and for what account. Okay? The Most High is really saying, like, yo, I'm going to scatter them all over the world, but they're not coming to my land. They're not coming to my sanctuary. So I'm telling you, you're not going to be able to make it.
Wow.
Right? There's going to be some that make it, but by the time the majority of you are ready to move, it's be closed. You're not going to be able to come in. I've said this before. I'll say it again.
That's how it was with Noah. He went speaking for 120 years? It wasn't until they were starting to drown that they come banging, wanting to get in. Couldn't let them in.
Listen, he was talking while the trees were growing.
Yeah.
So he was planting the trees and waiting for them to grow. And as they grew, he kept planting and planting. 120 some odd years of planting and growing. He grew a forest. And then turned around. And when it was time to work and cut them trees down and build, that's exactly what he did.
Wow.
So it is what it is. One step at a time, one day at a time.
One.